Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is your physics class in which we will discuss about unit 14, current electricity. The topics we will discuss in this class will be Ohm's law and potential difference and EMF. So the question concerned to the Ohm's law is, state and explain Ohm's law, what are its limitations? According to book, we have the statement of Ohm's law. The current in a conductor is directly proportional to the applied voltage across the conductor as long as temperature and physical state of the conductor is kept constant. The second point will be concerned to the mathematical form, as we know that the current I flows through ohmic device when voltage V is applied across its ends. Then according to Ohm's law, we have I is directly proportional to V, or I is equal to kV. When we change the sign of proportionality into equality, we multiply it with a constant, where k is the constant of proportionality and is equal to 1 by R, where R is the opposition to the flow of current. Therefore, by putting the value of k, which is 1 over R, the above equation should be written as I is equal to V by R. So this is the mathematical form of Ohm's law. Now the points concerned to the Ohm's law, if we go through the mathematical form, in this equation we know that R is called the resistance. It is independent of the value of voltage and the current flowing through the conductor. It is dependent upon the nature of the conductor, its material and the dimensions of the conductor, such as the length and the cross-sectional area and temperature. What is the temperature of the conductor? So all the devices does not obey Ohm's law. The devices that follows Ohm's law are called the ohmic devices and are commonly referred to as resistors. This means that if we connect an ohmic device first to 1.5 volt battery and then we double the battery voltage, that is 3 volt, the current will also be doubled. According to figure, the circuit is shown over here, in which a battery is connected to the terminals of a wire in which the current is flowing and the resistance of the wire is denoted by R. If the voltage is applied across the terminals of the wire and it is having the resistance, the current will start flowing through it. So this is the concerned figure to the Ohm's law. Now what are the limitations of Ohm's law? For Ohm's law to hold good, the resistance R must not change. Means if we are applying the resistance through the circuit in a practical, so the value of resistance will remain the same. For Ohm's law to hold good, the resistance must not be changed. And second point is, however, only metallic conductors, for example, including the copper, silver and gold wires, which shows the behavior regarding the Ohm's law, and they true only for limited range of the voltages. Means that if we are going to increase the amount of voltage, obviously the current flow will be increased, but it will be up to some limits. Many important devices do not obey Ohm's law. Even a light bulb has a resistance that depends on its temperature and does not obey the Ohm's law. So this is the discussion concerned to the topic, that is Ohm's law. Now we will discuss about the most important question regarding the paper, is the what is potential difference and EMF. Differentiate between them. So first, according to book, we have the definition of the potential difference, that is the difference of electric potential between 2 points is called the potential difference. In an electric circuit which has an electric device, for example, if we are taking as an electric bulb connected across a battery through a conducting wire, then the charge leaving the positive terminal of the battery has the potential energy in device. Part of this energy is lost, converted into other forms of energy, means in lighting of bulb, in heating of bulb, means some power will be wasted. So thus there is a difference of potential energy per coulomb of charge Q from one side of the electric device to the other, which is termed as the potential difference. The mathematical form of the potential difference can be written as del V is equal to del U divided by Q. The concerned figure to the potential difference is shown in this slide, in which a bulb is connected to the terminals of a battery and the current starts flowing through the bulb. So VI is the initial potential and UI is the initial potential and UF is the final potential. UI is the potential difference entering into the bulb and UF is going out of the bulb, means leaving the circuit. The terminals of the battery are labeled as negative and positive terminal of the battery having the potential difference V. So now we will discuss about the electromotive force, that is EMF. The potential difference developed and maintained by a source of electrical energy is called the electromotive force. Now you will see the difference between the potential difference and the electromotive force. It should be denoted as EMF source. Another definition, the energy spent per unit positive charge by the source to move it from negative terminal to the positive terminal within the source. If W is the work done by the battery in taking a charge Q from negative terminal to the positive terminal, then electromotive force EMF or E of the battery is E is equal to W divided by Q, where W is the work done and Q is the charge. So its unit can be calculated as the unit of the electric motive force is the same as units for the electric potential or potential difference. As ability to do work is known as the energy, so when the work is done by the charge, then in terms of physics it can be written as V is equal to joule per coulomb. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. To sustain the steady current in a circuit, EMF source is required which maintain a constant potential difference across its ends. If the device which converts the non-electrical energy into electrical energy is known as the EMF source. Figure shows the battery as an EMF source with a positive and the negative terminal, as already I have discussed. In this slide, we will discuss about the figure that is concerned to the EMF, in which one terminal is negative, the other is the positive terminal. The circuit symbol is denoted by the two lines. The leg of the negative terminal will be denoted by the small edge, small leg, and positive will be denoted by the large leg. When the battery is connected through conducting wires with a device, the positive charge enter the negative terminal of the battery. Therefore, work has to be done inside the battery to bring the positive charge from lower potential to higher potential. The influence that makes the current flow from lower to the higher potential inside the battery is called the electromotive force. You can also write this point as the definition of the electromotive force. Now the basic differences between the potential difference and the electromotive force. Potential difference is the product of the current I and the resistance R between the 2 points in a given closed circuit, whereas EMF is the potential difference between the terminals of a source of electric energy when no current is drawn from it. Second point is concerned to the potential difference. Potential difference is created in all parts of a circuit by the EMF. EMF is restricted to the source of current in a circuit. Potential difference is the electrical power dissipated per unit current between 2 points in a circuit, that is V is equal to P divided by I. EMF is the total electrical power generated per unit current delivered by the source, that is E is equal to P divided by I. Potential difference is the effect. EMF is a cause. Potential difference is generally less than EMF of a cell. EMF is generally greater than the potential difference. Hopefully you have understood the question. Inshallah we will discuss the rest of the question in the new class. Till Allah Hafiz.